Girl, it's not even good drag.
That's my thing. You guys,
It's kind of like Mar-a-Lago face. If you alienate all the dolls, we won't tell you who our surgeons are. So if you alienate all the queens, we're not going to help you get your nipples in line.
So are we supposed to start the podcast?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Patriots, gay-triots, they-triots, black-triots, brown-triots. We love you, and all of the triple Trumpers can do what, Pumps?
Fuck off!
I saw somebody, you know how you get tagged and stuff online? Mm-hmm. There was a person that was watching our show. And then when you did the fuck off, they lip synced it to their camera. So shout out to whoever that was. Somehow you ended up in my feed and I thought it was fantastic.
I
didn't save it or send it to anybody. That's my bad. I'm like a manic ADD person online. And I think, oh, that's cute. I should save that. And then I never do.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed that you know how like I've lost texting on my phone and then I lost Instagram for like 10 days. I didn't notice that until Kylie fixed my other problem. So.
All right, Pumps, what have you had it with?
Oh my gosh. I know you're going to have had it with this too. So I'm so happy to bring your attention. You know how we have people on social media that say, I'm going to take a social media break. Oh, yeah. This is a true story. In my email box, I have a subscription for this prescription dog food for my elderly dog. So I get like 2 emails in a row from them, which I think is weird. So I look at it and it says on April 18th, our website will be down for maintenance. And I'm like, okay. Then I get another one. Make sure that you know we're going to be down for maintenance. 3 or 4 days later, they keep sending me this shit on they're down for maintenance. I'm like, bitch, put it on your website. We're down for maintenance today. Order tomorrow. Like the email terrorism is totally unnecessary.
You don't even, the email terrorism that I fight before most people, a lot of people have probably gone to bed because as you know, I wake up at the crack of dawn and it is this battle. I'm in the trenches with these people. Number one, Zillow is just straight up. If you were to list email terrorists, the biggest offenders, number one, it's Zillow. Number 2, it's that prick demon queen, Sam Altman with ChatGPT. So I had ChatGPT. And when I found out that he's a Nazi and a fascist collaborator, and he said, I can't raise kids without AI and a bunch of other stupid shit that this guy's done. I mean, he's just awful. I canceled my ChatGPT and I unsubscribed from all ChatGPT communications. I broke up. Zillow and ChatGPT, despite breaking up with these companies, they don't understand boundaries. They engage in unsolicited email terrorism. It is. I get so angry about it and I think, oh, I need to talk about this on the podcast. And I think I've spoken about this at least 10 times on the podcast, the email terrorism that ensues. And now I've got this situation on my design email account, which I've had forever for my interior design business. I get these messages that your mailbox is almost full. I don't know what to do about that, right? So Kylie's tried to troubleshoot it with me. I start deleting emails. I start deleting sent mails. And then I think, you know what? I bet you that a lot that is occupying this, 15, 20-year-old email box is email terrorism.
100%.
And so I feel you in that. And I can't stand it. And I think there's just a lot of grandstanding. Like nobody wants to really elaborate. You're remodeling your website, big titties, move on down the road. It's just not that big of a deal.
It's just not that big of a deal, but it's just like, now it makes me want to cancel my subscription for the dog food, which I can't because
just
it's
for spite.
Yeah, just for spite. But I am the queen. I am happy to cut my nose off to spite my face. Mm-hmm. Like in a situation like this.
That's kind of MAGA, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I will just be like, I don't even want it. Like, just forget it. I don't want it.
Just my dog's going to die. My dog is going to eat non-prescription dog food.
Dog food, right. I'll get it from somewhere else, even though I don't know where.
Okay, so this is something that maybe 3 or 4 episodes you were talking about people, maybe it was Kylie, I don't remember, or maybe it was in real life and not on an episode. I don't fucking know. All right. I could be sundowning. All right. That's a viable option, listener. But the situation where people have one flight of stairs to go up and they choose to use the elevator. So Anna, the girlfriend of Kylie, this is like her, she's like, as much as we hate email terrorism, this is her biggest thing. So I come to the studio, listener, I'm in our New York studio, and we're on the top floor. And there's a beautiful staircase in the building. Like it's wide. It has a deep slope to it. And this guy comes in, I'm about to go, and he sticks his hand in the elevator. So he's already like boundary violating out the wazoo, which by the way, I'm a hypocrite on this issue. I would do the same thing. I don't like it when people do it to me, but I'm also an offender. And he comes in and it's a real narrow little elevator. And then he goes over and he hits 2. And I'm pressed back up against the wall because it's him. And then he has a backpack that's about 30 inches deep.
See, that's so rude.
And a gigantic Stanley cup sticking out the side of it. And I thought, here we have the trifecta of grievances, listener. This motherfucker will not walk up one flight of stairs. He has a backpack, which everybody hates because people that wear backpacks do not have self-awareness for the depth that their backpack takes up. So they're just, on airplanes and airports walking down the street. It's just like they are not accounting for the fact that they are, about 24 inches deep instead of, 8 inches deep or whatever a normal human being is. And then I saw that Stanley Cup and I just thought, I hate you. Like, I fucking hate you. I cannot stand you. I can't believe we shared oxygen in this elevator together. And I'm just going to tell you this. He emitted MAGA energy.
Well, I was going to say the Stanley Cup, he won't climb up one flight of stairs. It might be that he's leaning that way. You kind of thought in New York City you'd see less of it, but there's always one or two around.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, those are our grievances. Welcome to I've Had It. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Angie.
Kylie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Jen, the other day, Anna and I were in the same elevator and a girl comes in, she presses 2 and we're waiting for 9. And Anna goes out loud, Kylie, should we take the stairs to 9 in front of the girl? She's just such a bitch.
It's just like passive aggressive cunty right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I kind of love that.
I do too. The thing about Anna, she's tiny, but she will not be afraid to open her mouth.
Agreed.
No, she's not.
She's a spitfire.
Okay, I've got a couple reviews for you today. This one is 5 stars titled, I'm Not Mad. And Muster writes, I'm just disappointed. My favorite mommy podcasters won't be accepting my nomination for FBI Director, Jessica, or Secretary of Treasury, Pumps, because now all my AA insider trading is all for nothing. People are upset since you told them you're not going to run for office.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, you guys, don't you think being a politician is so boring? Isn't this so much more fun to do this? Isn't it so much more fun to sit back and gossip about politicians and go, well, if I were them, I would do it this way and act holier than thou and sanctimonious. I mean, this is a million times better.
100%. And here's the deal too. Like, part of your job as a politician should be to meet with your constituents and discuss their concerns. So that's a whole level of meeting people that you don't want to do at our stage of life.
Yeah, I don't really like meeting with people. We were recently invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I told our agent, I don't want to go. And he said, why? And I was just like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to sit at a table with people. I have zero interest in going to that. A year ago or 2 years ago, I remember Pumps and I really wanted to go. And this time he called, he's like, hey, I've got seats. And I was like, there's no, even if you were paying me money, I'm not going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I don't want to go. I have zero interest in it. Zero.
Let me ask you this. If it was Obama?
100% I would go.
Yeah. But that's different.
Yeah. I would 100% go. I'd be the belle of the ball. I would be like a small talk. I love it. Socializing? Are you kidding me? I love to socialize. I mean, my God, it's been my dream, my life's dream to come to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But to go to dump truck dinner? No, absolutely not.
Okay, the next review is 1 star titled Nut Stains. And they write, these two white racist elite Democrats are nuts and get bred by Klansmen.
Wait, pop that back up.
I don't understand that.
Okay, we're white racists, which this is something that Trump calls white people racist, which is just, that is stupid signaling is what that is. We have virtue signaling, we have Christian signaling. This is stupid signaling. And MAGA seems to stupid signal constantly online. I appreciate them calling us elite Democrats, so thank you for that. Nuts, accept that. I will accept that completely. Bred by Klansmen, not me, but Pumps could be a candidate for that.
We're not ruling it out.
She comes from some generational white supremacist shit. Mm-hmm.
To be fair, not on my paternal side. Just
right. Yeah, because your grandmother Memes, she was a Democrat and not a racist and really fought the good fight. See, you had it in you this whole time, Pumps. It just took you a while.
Took me
to get away from the Klansmen. All right. I would like to share a news story. First of all, I'd like to share some news. We have, of course, you all know we have Kylie and then we have Seth, but we have hired a new producer. His name is Ryan.
Should I make him show his face?
Ryan B. Ryan B. Yes, Ryan B needs to show his face. There's Ryan B. Everybody, welcome Ryan B.
I was not prepared for this.
I know.
That's the better part of it.
Yeah, that makes it all the better. And he is going to be writing story content. There's so much fuckery going on. And so you all know we have our political podcast, iHip News. This is our therapeutic podcast called I've Had It. And we need somebody to stay on top of all of this for us. And so he is going to be producing so many great segments for us. And this is the first one, his first segment for I've Had It. And let's see how he does. All right. Let's pop up the post, Kylie. A Tennessee library board fires the county's top librarian for refusing to comply with its vote to move more than 100 LGBTQ books from the children's to the adult section over its claims that they promote gender confusion. And now we have a video to go along with this fuckery.
Breaking tonight, a wild scene inside the Rutherford County Library Board meeting.
The library director is now without a job. We break down what happened.
Chaos and commotion. The decision followed a tense and at times heated meeting, with board members openly clashing over policy and how library material should be classified.
Okay, so the people were actually there supporting the librarian, and they had signs up that said Nazis ban books, etc. And that's the truth. All of this, we need to point out, for MAGA people to be triggered by books. I mean, these are the biggest titty babies on the planet. You have agency, you have autonomy. When you go to a library, you simply, if you don't want to read gay stuff, you just don't do it. Get a different book. It's just that simple. It is just that fucking easy. And here's an excerpt from a school board member who started with prayer before supporting the ban. Rutherford County School Board member Caleb Tidwell, meanwhile, spoke in favor of moving the books out of the section for youth readers. Follow the law, said Tidwell, who started his public comments with a prayer. Protect the children, hold the line. And what I have to say to Caleb Tidwell is, Caleb, you're a pussy. You're a fucking pussy. Just don't read the gay book. That's all you have to do. Nobody is trying to indoctrinate children. And I have news that a lot of people need to come to terms with. You don't choose the sexuality of your child. You have nothing to do with it. If you choose to breed, you could there's a lot of different options that you could have there. You could give birth to an asshole. You could give birth to a dipshit. You could give birth to a gay person. You could give birth to a Klans person. And you really just borrow this child for a while during their childhood, and you try to mold them as best you can. But I would argue that the best parents teach acceptance and expose their children to all sorts of different types of people and teach universal love and universal human rights. But these people, these Puritan freak show MAGA titty babies that are scared by books, that are leading this shit with a prayer, is so hysterical. It's like peak hysteria. Hey, my name is Caleb, and I'm the country's biggest pussy. That's what I think about Caleb. Pumps, what do you think about Caleb?
Okay, here's the thing about Caleb. Remember the Moms for Liberty, and we had all kinds of threesomes? My guess.
Oh, I lived for that. Bridget?
I did too.
Bridget had the menage a trois. Let's remind the listener about that. Okay, listen, if y'all hear banging in the background, just know that we have these old radiators in this New York studio. So if you hear a banging, it's not the producers saying, shut up, Jennifer, which that could happen, but this is actually the radiator clanking. Okay, Pumps, go ahead. Remind everybody about Bridget.
Bridget was the Moms for Liberty. She was saving America one child at a time because she was the beacon of Christianity, faith, purity, the whole night. Like
Super Trumper.
Super Trumper. DeSantis, like they were besties.
Oh, they had photos together, little kitten heels with Bridget and her dirtbag husband.
Yes. So Bridget and her husband, the perfect traditional marriage, they had a godly marriage, much like the Gnomes. And
are you talking about Big Titty Bryon and Christy?
Big Titty Bryon and wannabe Barbie. Mm-hmm. Bridget and her husband are doing menage a trois with a lot of gay stuff between Bridget and the other person. Mm-hmm. And the other third party said she felt some type of sexual like force. She was being stalked. Like this is not just, hey, you want to come over, let's do a threesome, let's fucking go. It wasn't that. There was some force stuff. So my guess is this man, if we went deep, if we went inside his like Caleb. Google or
Caleb, the world's biggest pussy.
Yes. If we followed him on a Friday night when he thought his wife was asleep, this guy is doing stuff that he would rather not have everybody know about.
Okay, I'll tell you what I think he's doing. I'll tell you exactly. I would bet lots of money, canines, and children on this. Ooh. I guarantee you, Caleb, the world's biggest pussy that's leading prayer in Tennessee, is on OnlyFans with Big Titty Bryon.
Ooh.
The husband of Christy Gnome. Birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. When people feel the need to Christian signal and you're praying over a fucking book, I mean, what a pussy. I can't even, these MAGA men are just such fucking pussies. Line up 100 gay men for me. Not one of them is going to get triggered over any sort of book. Ever. Never. It's just breathtaking. Okay, moving along. Here's a video related to this story. The same guy who tried to ban DEI, even though it was not being practiced in the school district. Is this Caleb, Ryan? This is Caleb? Oh my God, fasten your seatbelts. Here's the world's biggest pussy. All right, play the clip.
I've been told that Rutherford County is not implementing this practice, but since we're not implementing it, I think it's best to do away with it in case it were to be brought up in the future.
Other board members believe the subject at this point should be left alone.
It's been very volatile in the state due to the voucher rule, and honestly, I really would hate to see us take up any more resolutions. I'm sick of them. I'd like the politics to be gone, and let's just get back to the business of taking care of our students and giving a world-class education.
And
Bryon,
can you pick Caleb back up? Just a still shot of Caleb, please.
Yeah,
Caleb.
Right.
I'm thinking this is a Big Titty Bryon situation. So, listener, I'm just going to tell you something. You just know. The bigger the Christian, the bigger the freak. And here's the thing. I don't care if you're a freak. I don't care if you like to put on big titties. I don't care if you like to do menage a trois. I don't care whatever your thing is, whatever. Swing for the fences. Do it. You like to do gay stuff. You like to do straight stuff. You like to do gay on straight, on queer, on all sorts of shit. Do it. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is the hypocrisy. And I'm a hypocrisy shamer, a proud card carrying hypocrisy shamer. And Caleb, if you'll put him back up, Kylie, please. I just want to make sure he is publicly shamed. Caleb, this Caleb right here is the biggest pussy in the United States of America. Caleb is scared of a book. Yeah. A book. A fucking book. That's how weak these MAGA men are. And I am shocked as shit that the manosphere is still a multi-billion-dollar industry when it's led by all of these fucking pussies. I've had it.
Same. And just for the record, I am so fucking tired. This is what I've had it with. Like, there's so many things, but this stands out to me. Please, MAGA Republicans in general, stop telling me how you back the blue and you're for the police and you're raw law enforcement. Following the law, Caleb, your leader is not following the law. Like, stop with the law. Just say, we break the law. We're not accountable. Go fuck yourself. Then I would be like, okay, that's wrong. It's bad. But just all this, we back to blue. We want to follow the law. No, you don't. You want to do what you want to do. And you don't give a fuck if you're following the law, nor do you support law enforcement. So shut up.
All of that is just, they feel like it makes them like there's something broken in them. So that they're going to pray before something because they're trying to shield you from what's going on. Like with Big Titty Bryon. Big Titty Bryon, of course, is always talking about we have a godly marriage. Christy Noma's like, Bryan's the anchor of our family. The Lord made him the anchor. Yeah. Well, he sure does have a couple of anchors, Christy.
Put a little water in there.
And so you just know, this is why Moses might Grinder Johnson. I would bet lots of things, lots. And here's the thing. One of my absolute favorite things on the planet are Republican sex scandals because they are abundant, they are ubiquitous, and these sexually repressed freaks want to control everybody. So they think if they say, oh, we support the cops, like who doesn't fucking support law and order? It's like the whole family values thing. Like we support family. Okay. We're the anti-family people. Like that doesn't exist. Like, I mean, and the thing about the cops is there's a racial thing with that because historically Black neighborhoods, instead of being invested in resources, they have invested in over policing, which feeds the prison industrial complex. So there is a link to the backing the blue and all of that is all really white supremacist coded. And that's what that is, because the reason the police are, and I believe most police, I think there's some bad cops. There's no fucking question about it. I watched the OJ trial. I mean, what was his name? That racist? Furman. And you know that there's a lot of fuckery that goes down with cops. If there's a lot of people, like now that I live in New York, you see cops all over the streets or in the subway. They're great. They're like super nice guys. I'm always like, hey, can you help me which train here? And they're super helpful. But these are good conversations to have. But I think that whole back the blue shit, it's just bullshit. I think it leads to, it's a teeny weeny situation on top of, we just like to be racist. And they like it that Black neighborhoods are over policed more than their neighborhoods.
Agree.
Okay, we're going to take a commercial break and then I will be back in studio with a fantastic guest, Jinkx Monsoon. So we'll be back in just a minute. Listener, I like a clean house. I like for everything to be tidy. I like for my office to be tidy, but sometimes I wonder about all of the chemicals in cleaning products. So I went over to this company called Branch Basics and I bought their premium starter kit. It is a game changer. And here's the thing about cleaning products, you guys. You use them every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. The counters are where you prep your food, laundry detergent soaking into your clothes, on the floors that your kids and your pets or sometimes yourself are crawling on. This is where Branch Basics changes that narrative entirely. This is a female-founded brand, and it is redefining transparency and eliminating toxins from our homes, starting with the products we use most, cleaning products. Do like I did. Order the premium starter kit, and it comes with one powerful concentrate that makes everything from laundry detergent, bathroom cleaner, glass cleaner, and even pet wash and vegetable rinse. One formula, no mystery ingredients, no unnecessary fillers. And here's the good news. Branch Basics is now available everywhere you shop, at Target, at target.com, Amazon, and of course at branchbasics.com. Tossing the toxins has never been more convenient. And for anyone grabbing the premium starter kit, you can still get 15% off at branchbasics.com with our code HADIT. Just use code HADIT for 15% off the premium starter kit at branchbasics.com. After you purchase, when they ask where you heard about them, please make sure to mention our show. I think one of the most important things we can teach our children is how to manage money, how to make sure you pay your own way and you pay people back if you borrow money from them. Getting money mindfulness is incredibly important. That's why I love Cash App. Listener, Cash App is designed to meet teens aged 13 to 17 where they are with intuitive educational tools. Available through sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, teens gain access to a personalized Cash App card that comes in different colors and patterns to fit their style and their ability to instantly access money from family and friends. Cash App makes managing money feel easier. And honestly, it's just a lot cooler than a lot of the other options out there. The platform also has tools that can help teens develop real-world financial habits in a space that's safe and easy to navigate, all with your oversight and approval. And finally, no one wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance requirements, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money. Listener, for a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partner. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Direct deposits and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit Cash App/legal/podcast for full disclosures. All right, we have an in-studio New York City guest, Jinkx Monsoon. Jinkx is an award-winning actress and the only drag queen to win RuPaul's Drag Race twice. Her performance in the Tony Award-winning Broadway smash Oh Mary was hailed as one of the best performances of 2025 by the New York Times. Next up, she's heading to London. God, I love London, to take on her first dramatic role where she'll be playing Judy Garland in the revival of End of the Rainbow. So, Jinkx, why are you such an underachiever?
Because I'm a Virgo. No, I just have always known exactly what I wanted to do with my life. And I was pretty sure of how I wanted to do it. And, if you look back on the last 15 years that I've kind of like entered the public arena, it's just been a slow climb to doing exactly what I said I was going to do from the beginning.
A slow climb to the top. Back-to-back champ on RuPaul.
It was a lot of hard work doing that twice, but, I did it. And for now, I'm the only one.
Exactly. All right. So Kylie did some research, maybe it was Ryan, that you do great impressions.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, do you have a Melania?
Oh.
I have a good one. You go first.
Well, mine's based... This is a shout out to my friend Devin Green, who does a Melania impression where she's like, "My name is Mesopotamia. Garage door, I put cranberry in tinfoil, call it fine jewelry. I am not a feminist." But it's totally derived from Devin Green. But let me hear yours.
Okay. She's like, my husband is unifier, and I want the children to study literature, mathematics, history, art. We want the children to not be raped. Epstein introduced me to my husband, who is a pornophile.
It's very, very good. You're ready for Snatch Game.
Thank you.
It reminds me when she
Melania?
was of Melania. This was my latest impression was, what happens if Santa Claus gets stuck in the chimney? Does a reindeer give him a kick? What about the mail slut?
I mean, you know what's so crazy about like Trump's whole thing is anti-immigration.
Yeah.
2 of his 3 wives were fucking immigrants.
Well, it's just kind of like what makes me feel the most crazy, and I feel like a lot of people feel the most crazy, is that the hypocrisy is blatant.
Oh, yeah.
And with recent events.
Are you talking about Big Titty Bryon?
Yes, of course. It's like the reason why that is so frustrating for people like me is because we have literally been demonized for years for our deviant behavior and classifying everything about us as deviant. And then here is an example. And what are they going to say about it? They're going to shrug their shoulders. Yep. They're going to blame it on something. They're going to blame it on someone else. And then they're going to continue to be hypocrites. And that's just, it's maddening when you watch a person openly be a hypocrite and then people find excuses for them. That's the hard part. Is like, no, they're in King Arthur's court. It was one for all and all for one,
Yeah.
It was like I just keep thinking about the whole reason King Arthur was undone is because there was he won the fights about one rule for one and a different rule for the rest. That's why we don't want a king, is because we don't believe in one person just getting special favor just 'cause.
Right.
And what we're watching is people get special favor just 'cause.
Yeah. And this thing, like, I grew up in the Bible Belt. And so I've always, I know. My mother always told me the bigger the Christian, the bigger the offender, or the bigger the freak. And it's always been true. So when Big Titty Bryon was revealed, Kristi Noem's husband, they have a godly marriage. Kristi said he's the anchor, blah, blah. I don't give a shit if he likes to put on big titties and run around. I don't care. Do your thing, girl. I just couldn't care less. I'm a hypocrisy shamer.
Yeah.
I'm not a kink shamer. I'm a hypocrisy shamer. Yeah. And when Big Titty Bryon sat behind Kristi Noem after she shot Renee Good, and her officer called Renee Good a fucking bitch, and her husband sat behind her to provide cover, in congressional hearings. Oh no, we're a godly marriage. We're a godly family. Fuck you, Big Titty Bryon. You're goddamn right. I'm going to drag that thing out from now till the cows come home.
Well, and this is why we're supposed to be separating religion and politics in the first place, right? And I know that even bringing that up pisses off the right, because they're like, they get angry when we talk about separation of church and state, but they want it when it comes to everyone else's religion. They just don't want separation of church and state from Christianity, right? And they want Christianity to be the norm, but their definition of Christianity just fluctuates and changes and is based off of nothing, and will always protect them and damn everyone else.
Well, I've noticed, Jinx, they vacillate between 2 things. It's either a weapon or a shield.
Yeah.
They either weaponize it against somebody like you. Yeah. They're going to weaponize their religion. And then when you say, hey, you're a religious hypocrite, then they're going to try to use it as a shield to protect them. Or just like Kristi Noem and Big Titty Bryon, they use their faith. Oh, we're in a godly marriage.
Yeah.
They use that to shield.
We're allowed
they're kinky freaks.
Pass judgment on all of you because we've...
Right.
Yeah. And that's their whole like platform is we are. But what this should show everyone is not about their kinks or their fetishes or their hypocrisy. Just what you were describing about his ability to support the side that is demonizing people like him because he's got his seat at the table. So screw the rest of us. it's like that shows us that they have no moral center.
None.
Zero. Nothing is being guided by morality. It's all about how to manipulate the rest of us. So to use the Bible in any kind of way, I believe, is like damning their very souls for the God they claim to worship. You know, if they have any kind of affiliation with the church, they are lost souls at this point, because that's not how religion works.
Well, it's how a lot of the religion works in the MAGA world. Yeah. It's exactly how it works. It's forgiveness without any accountability. You know, think about all these mega church pastors that end up, you know, doing poppers with some gay hooker, and then they're snot slinging, crying, and everybody moves on and keeps sending them money and keeps sending them money. And it's story after story after story. But here's my thing. There is an element of the MAGA movement where we have found more and more and more that they ostracize the LGBTQ plus community during the day. Mm-hmm. And then they fetishize it at night.
Yeah.
And somebody who grew up in the Bible Belt, when I was in college, I hung out with all gay men, went to gay bars, had a blast. I mean, that was just like my thing. And I had a lot of friends that died of AIDS, and a lot of friends had uber religious parents. And it was like the torture of their lives to tell their parents who they were, their parents that made them. And so I have a lot of compassion for people that feel like they passively need to be in the closet. Yeah. That's not my business. Mm-hmm. If you feel like at work you need to present a certain way, and then privately, that's your business. But when you are making laws and going to congressional hearings, or you are thumping your Bible during the day, and then at night you're crashing Grindr, that's my fucking business.
Yeah. Because
you know what I mean? Like, quit being a hypocrite.
Absolutely. Because, well, not only is there the hypocritical aspect of it, but it's just very much like that closet that they're remaining in for their safety is built by the people they've aligned themselves with. Like, their participation in this group is the reason why they need to stay in the closet, because these are the people who insist on people like us not existing. So it's like, again, it's just like is it capitalism that makes people so self-concerned first and foremost, that they like, because we've been raised to just think of get yourself to the top and then decide what to do with your money or whatever. And if you want,
Okay, I'll tell you what I think. I've thought about this a lot. It's a great question, Jinkx. And here's what I think. At least in the Bible Belt states, they have merged capitalism with big church. Mm-hmm. The two have merged. These churches, these big mega churches, promote a very purity culture. They shame little girls for having, holding hands or French kissing, or heaven forbid, having sex when they're in high school. There's all sorts of LGBTQ plus shaming, while at the same time they're grifting constantly. Yeah. So they have merged this character that they've taken, this brown-skinned Palestinian Jew, Jesus Christ, and they put him through this fucking crazy shape-shifting thing where now he's like this Aryan capitalist.
Yeah.
And he's a prick.
Yeah.
Right? And he opposes empathy. And so it's a combination of religiosity, unchecked religiosity. And the Democrats have not done a good job checking the right on their escalating religiosity. And we have not done a good job taxing these churches that politicize, demonizing your community. Yeah. And we really have to have a strong opposition party to that, because I pick on Democrats quite a bit, even though I am one, when they see trans people or gay people as a political liability.
Yeah, an inconvenience.
And they throw under the bus. I've got many fights on my podcast about that with people.
And because religion is such a divisive topic, I love that. I love that we have always had this facade of separation of church and state And yet we've known the religion of every president, right? And it's always been a thing. And it's like, even though it's not supposed to play into politics, it has always played into politics. And this is what you're saying. It's like, we have never actually held true to anything we've boasted as a country. And that's the most disappointing thing. And the people in charge right now are just doing it so out in the open that it's like, how have they done it as long as they have without everyone being as angry as we are, you know?
Well, you know, one of the biggest lies, aside from like wealth trickling down, is that, oh, religious people are good folk. And I'm like, go live in the Bible Belt and give these people a spin. They're fucking mean. There's just a cruelty to demonizing and otherizing people that pisses me off. And we could go on about this for hours.
They just need to watch that one episode of Trading Spouses with the God Warrior. And it's not just the God Warrior, but it's what happens to the hippie lady in the God Warriors community.
What happens to her?
Well, just they're all being that passive aggressive nice. And one of them says, so do you believe in God or like a higher power? And it's very much like that to me is what religion has always felt like, is like a hierarchy. My mom once told me when I was very little, because I was raised Catholic, I said, what's the difference between Catholics and Christians? And she said, Christians think they're better than us. That was what she said.
It's true, though.
And I was like, that's religion? That's religion. It's a social status. It's very frustrating. I personally believe we shouldn't raise people in religion. I think it's something you should decide for yourself at a certain age, like everything else.
Completely agree. I have a hot take on this. I would even argue that the religion that I grew up around, now my parents were atheists, so they spared me from this trauma and this abuse. But I would say that the kids that I grew up around, what their parents did to them is child abuse.
Yeah.
Telling them you're not born good, you're born bad, you need to be saved. I had a boyfriend who was 16 years old. Mother caught him beating off. She grounded him for 5 months and shamed him for fucking masturbating. And so I just think there's an abusive nature. I had these friends, Jinx. We would be at these slumber parties. I was a cheerleader, and so we'd have these cheerleader slumber parties. This girl named Shonda, Shonda's mom took her to all these fucking crazy ass churches, and we would be sitting there having fun, lip syncing, I think we're alone now. You know, the 1980s stuff, right? And she would go, oh my God, I think there's a demon in the room. And she was like dead serious that there was a demon, and she believed in all this insane spiritual warfare. And as an adult, as I've processed all of this, I'm like, that is just fucking child abuse. To tell a child that demons are after them, you're born bad. Well, so I'm with you on that.
I was raised thinking all my dead relatives were watching me at all times.
That's
so
terrible.
I was like my self-police because I was like, if I do this, great-grandfather Irwin is watching me do this, you know. That scared me out of masturbating for a long time.
Stage fright? A little bit of stage fright. Okay, Jinx, I have been remiss in asking you, what have you had it with?
Okay, I've had it with traffic, cars, car culture at all. We've talked about capitalism and our country's obsession with cars. I mean, like, the traffic is one thing. It's like, there wouldn't be, like, nobody drives because there's too much traffic. You know what I mean? New York's nuts. LA's nuts. I'm from Portland, where you could walk across the city in 2 hours on your own, you know? But what I'm most upset about is just how patriarchal the car business is, because men have associated their worth with their car so much. And I've really come to awareness of this on the dating apps, because every straight identified man has a picture of him with somebody's kid, which shows you he's good with kids, with his car or his motorcycle to show you he has one. And then depending on where I am, with his gun, to show you he's got that too. But the car is as important as being good around kids.
Okay. Do you think this? I think this is all somewhat Freudian. I think that this is penis stuff.
Well, yes, we've known this, that men compensate for their penis and insecurities with their car. We know this. But how has everyone made jokes about it for the last, like, however many decades, and men still do it?
They haven't course corrected. That's interesting. You would think if you're getting called out that people, if you're photographing yourself with your car, that was like teeny weeny. You know what I think is the biggest? Okay, let's see if you can guess it.
Okay.
If you see a particular type of car on the road, which car do you think represents the teeny weeny the most out of all of the cars? Yes, that's it. 100%. Every time I see
Cybertruck,
one,
because no one drives a Hummer anymore.
Right. And I don't just think teeny weeny, I'm thinking micro peen.
Cybertrucks are like, here's the thing that has blown my mind. I saw one woman driving a Cybertruck, and I really, like, when I see a man drive a Cybertruck, I want to yell, "You fucking asshole! Fuck you!" But I saw a woman getting into the driver's seat of a Cybertruck, and I just wanted to be like, "Et tu?" like really? What is this car offering you, lady?
That's fascinating.
Each their own.
That's fascinating. The women with the Cybertrucks.
But I've also had it with, why are politicians allowed to own businesses? Just why? Why?
This used to not be a thing. So Jimmy Carter, he had a peanut farm.
Oh, this guy.
He had a peanut farm.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Everybody was super worked up about his peanut farm when he became president. So he put it in a trust so that there would be no double dealing. And you think about this, and Jimmy Carter lived to be like, 10 trillion years old, but his post-presidency was incredible. He cared very much about social justice and about helping the poor and helping the sick. And he built houses and did all of these really philanthropic, sweat equity type ways to help people. Mm-hmm. And they took his peanut farm away from it. And now we've got this prick, Cankles make taco tits. We have that fucker in there. Did you know, Jinx, that he has made $6.4 billion since he was sworn in? $6.4 billion. The corruption is staggering.
And again, it's literally right there for us to see. And this is going back to, I don't understand. When I think of Erin Brockovich and all the dots she had to connect to find the money, right. And then now it's like a politician goes on TV, says something. You're like, that sounds crazy. Why are they saying that? And then you can see just they own this company, and that company's supplying all the things for this crazy thing they just said. But it's literally just like, the line is like this.
Yes.
And it's all right there. And so I encourage everyone to watch Erin Brockovich.
Oh, it's so good. That's a great idea. Okay.
I know how many times people say, how are you going to do that, Jinx? And I go, they're called boobs, Ed.
It's so good. Okay. I have to talk to you about Trump's liberating the Oval Office. I need to talk to you about that stuff.
Well, we were just talking about overcompensating. And I think plating everything in auspicious gold is just a real easy play. I mean, it's Trump is like an AI person. Because everything he does is just building off of something he admired about someone else. Mm-hmm. At least drag queens come up with our own ideas,
Exactly.
Like, we'd do Wong Fu The Office too, but we wouldn't just make it a replica of Pedophile Island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of islands, since there's islands aplenty, apparently, I think politicians should live on an island, like away from us, getting constant like so that they can't have all these personal interests. They need to just be thinking about the people. So get them away from everyone for a little bit.
Quarantine.
So they can zoom out and stop thinking about themselves and just look at the picture as a whole. I don't know. I don't know that living on an island, like we shouldn't make anyone live on an island unless they want to. But you know what I mean? Like, I think politicians should be in like the circle where they all live in a hotel and they make decisions based off of objective truth, not off of the feelings of the people around them. This is sounding very ancient Greece. I don't know.
But I think your statements are, we're in this situation where politicians are failing us on both sides right now. And so your idea to quarantine them, I think, is just self-preservation.
Get them away from us.
Yes.
They're doing more harm than good.
They're not helping us. And you see this, obviously, the MAGA politicians are fucking awful, horrible people. And it's bizarre to see the villains celebrated, like in the MAGA world, how they, prop these people up. But then on the Democratic side, I've just been really sad that we don't have like a really big, robust opposition. And I've been sad that people entertain the idea of engaging in this rhetoric about trans people and giving it.
You don't have to meet someone halfway when they're pure evil, right? Like we're trying to, we don't owe them. Their logic has been spewed at us for the last however long. They've said what they have to say on the topic. Like, we know how they feel about it. It is factually incorrect. It's harmful.
Yeah.
It kills people.
Yes.
It is scientifically the opposite of what every doctor has told them in their own studies, and yet they still make the wrong choice. We have examined this issue enough. They're wrong. We don't have to meet them in the middle. Why are we trying to justify treating any human being and or citizen like less than the rest? Because that is literally the opposite of what America, this is the facade I'm talking about. Like, it has never been true because there's always been one class that gets thrown under the bus at election time. And through the years it changes. And right now it's trans people, but it's been Black people. It's been immigrants from everywhere. It's been women, it's like they just find a new group to blame everything on. And to try to meet them in the middle is to try to justify cruelty and inhuman behavior.
It's platforming bigotry.
And why do we want to come to an understanding with those people? And that's why what you're saying, it's like even the opposition that looks like they stand the biggest chance is willing to throw us under the bus. And that is not just frustrating for trans people, but it's frustrating for everyone who's been thrown under the bus. And that's why trans allies are stepping up in a lot of different communities, because they can see that what is being done to us right now is what's been done to everyone else before us.
Well, and people need to understand that when you leave one group vulnerable to this type of attack, you leave everyone vulnerable, period. Just in my lifetime, the acceleration of equality for gay marriage was remarkable. It moved at such a rapid rate. It was incredible, honestly, from having friends in college that died of AIDS to then legalizing gay marriage. So what these right-winger Bible thumpers are doing is they're starting with trans people because they want to roll all the way back to Obergefell. But I say the Democrats need to quit sitting around and meeting them, and we need to go on an attack. And so they seem to not know how to talk about this issue, and I know exactly how to talk about it. If I had some Bible thumper, let me just say Kristi Noem was sitting right here, I'd say, Kristi, why are you so obsessed with genitalia? What's all that about? It seems like the MAGA movement is always obsessed with gay books, drag queens, genitalia, gay sex, grinders crashing left and right. What's all that about? Because we don't have a problem with that on our side. We let everybody be who they want to be. Why are y'all so obsessed with the genitalia of other human beings? And they need to get aggressive about it.
And even Kristi Noem right now, I mean, I'm waiting to see how she separates herself from her husband now,
she's
right?
asked for prayers. We're on a week of national prayers right now.
And so, but here's the thing is like when you start a witch hunt, when you give people the right or the ability or the power to ban anything, you give them the power to ban anything.
Everything, yeah.
Like, and it is just a matter of time until they have a problem with your community. What happens if they succeed and trans people are banned from America? First of all, we can't even do that because trans people will exist whether we do it openly or not, because we always have and we always will. That's just a fact. So, but what happens if they do effectively ban trans people from public view? What happens then? They have to blame everything on someone else, and who knows which community that will be. I mean, it's already immigrants and trans people, right? And how long we're already seeing an attack on women's rights, because now it's like, oh, this really started, the gender blah 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 started when we gave women equality, because
you're exactly right.
And so they're blaming trans people on giving women the right to vote in the 20s. You know, it's like you give them one thing and they will just expand it and expand it and expand it. And this is, so why aren't we countering with something as extreme? That's why people are so disheartened by the voting process, because no one is offering a big enough, like we're way past talking about whether the climate crisis is real or not. Yeah. So anyone saying like, we're going to find a way to have all the fossil fuels and be green, it's like, you're lying to us. Like, be green. We don't have time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Listener, there is nothing worse than the paralysis of financial anxiety. Financial stress affects far more than our bank accounts. It can take a serious toll on mental health and relationships, with 88% of Americans feeling some form of financial stress at the start of 2026. Money worries often bring anxiety, sleep disruption, and even depression, and are one of the leading sources of conflict for couples. This month, we want to normalize the emotional weight of financial stress and remind people that struggling with money doesn't mean they failed. Sometimes it's just about accessing the right kind of support. That's why I'm so happy that I partner with my therapist from BetterHelp once a week. They have quality therapists that work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. They have a therapist match commitment, and the client reviews, you guys, with over 30,000 therapists. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. When life feels overwhelming, therapy can help. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/hadit. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hadit. This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel you need to win your day. Listen up, listener. We film a lot of these episodes, and we could not do it without our sponsor, IQ Bar. I love the protein bars. Pumps is all over the hydration mixes, and Kylie will not stop drinking the IQ Joe mushroom coffees. All IQ Bar products are packed with clean, delicious ingredients that keep you physically and mentally fit, like magnesium, lion's mane, and more. IQ's plant protein bars are the smarter snack choice, with plenty of plant protein, tons of fiber, and no added sugar. With over 20,000 five-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their busy lifestyles with IQ Bars, brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. Their ultimate sampler pack includes all three. And listener, right now, IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the ultimate sampler pack. plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text "had it" to 64,000. Text "had it" to 64,000. Again, that's "had it" to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Okay, Jinx, I'm sure you've heard about our very famous game, Had It or Hit It.
Yeah.
You know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like something, you'll say, "I've had it." If you like it, you'll say, "I'll hit it."
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God. Welcome to Had It or Hit It. I would hit it.
Had it.
Had it. I hit it every day, sometimes twice a day. All right, Jinx, had it or hit it. Shoe size shame.
Oh, had it.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so with I can only tell you my experience. There are certain stores I've always been able to go to because they carry the large sizes.
Okay.
And we're talking like size 11, 12. Rarely can you find a size 13 woman's shoe out in the wild.
Okay.
But I used to have my spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since the political shift, like shoe companies have stopped making as many large size shoes.
What?
All of a sudden, my places
in Trump's
only
America,
carry, all my places I used to get shoes, they carry up to
shoe stores are bigoted.
Now. Yes, because they don't want to carry shoes that they think no one's going to buy, and since they're so anyway, the like shoes in my sizes are now just literally what's left over from years before because shoe companies and shoe stores have stopped catering to, and this hurts cis women too.
Yes.
Because of transphobia, cis women who happen to be tall and have larger sized feet are being harmed by transphobia. And I can't show you the data. I just know that I have bought women's shoes all my life. Yeah. And it gets harder and easier based on the political climate. It's nuts.
And I would make an argument to all the fiscal conservatives out there that this is bad economic policy.
You got to have something for everyone.
That's right.
Because people will just say, I don't wear, do you know how many 9 West shoes I have? Because they cater to my size.
Yeah. Shout out to 9 West.
Yeah. And Jessica Simpson.
Okay. Had it or hit it, Big Titty Bryon.
Oh my God. Had it because, again, like, girl, it's not even good drag.
That's my thing. You guys,
it's kind of like Mar-a-Lago face. If you alienate all the dolls, we won't tell you who our surgeons are. So if you alienate all the queens, we're not going to help you get your nipples in line.
Okay, had it. Those asymmetrical nipples were something.
Kind of accurate.
Okay, had it or hit it. Quinoa everywhere.
Quinoa sucks. I've had it.
Tell us about it.
Why this grain? There's so many wonderful power foods. Why quinoa? Do you like quinoa?
I don't know if I like quinoa or not.
Well,
what's it in?
It's in everything. It's in every other salad. It's in every, it's almost like a whisper of a lentil. I don't know how to describe it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And suddenly it's everywhere. It's in every salad I would love to eat except for the quinoa.
I'm going to have it with quinoa too to support you. Okay. This is a good one. Had it or hit it, Erica Kirk.
Oh, I've had it. Again, if you had some queer friends in your life, we could show you how to do a smoky eye. But I understand that, like, you need the makeup to run to sell the effect. So I guess it's working. But I mean, at least like some Lumify drops or something. No, Erica Kirk, it's like, again, we're just watching something unbelievable, and yet it's being normalized by them. But if we were doing it for one of our fallen, they would say we were glamorizing something or other, like at this point, it just doesn't even feel worth talking about what they do, because we know that they'll do whatever they want and justify it, whether with religion or with political alignment, blah, 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 blah. But if we did the exact same thing. And when we do the exact same thing, they say that we are evil. And it's like, that's not reason. That's not logic. It's hypocrisy. It's literal hypocrisy.
What do you make of Drewski going full drag, never mentioning anybody's name, and posting, this is how conservative women in America act? Did you see that clip?
I don't think so, no.
What?
Which?
Oh my gosh.
Drewski?
Kylie, load it. Load it.
See this?
Load it. Load it. Hang on.
We're going to watch it now.
I cannot believe you. It's been viewed like 400 million times. Jinx.
I might have.
Are you online?
I have sporadic times where I go completely offline.
Get on your feet.
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the...
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God. And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy, blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
That comedian didn't do anything crazy.
He did exactly what they do.
The exact thing. And watching that just made me think Republican women are acting like Tyra in they're acting like Tyra in the documentary about Next Top Model.
I mean, is that not though? I think that this was a super...
my heart's so broken for them.
I think it was a super important political post, even though he's a comedian, because there are a group of what we've been talking about this entire episode of white people that behave as though the whole world is curated for them and they can offend people and be bigoted toward people with impunity. And then when a mirror's put up to them, it's stage 5 meltdown, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
But what we've witnessed with Erica Kirk is not fucking normal. I get that people grieve in different ways, and I give a lot of space and a lot of grace for a lot. That shit's not normal. The shit we've seen with her.
I want people... I told you to watch Erin Brockovich. You should also watch The Crucible, because that's just what's happening. This is what a witch hunt is. And look into Evita's death. Not since Evita have we seen public mourning so strange. Evita.
Okay. Had it or hit it skincare discourse?
I've had it because it's like, oh my gosh. I'm seeing that like now, like you have to do 15 things before you go to bed and 15 things when you wake up. And I'm like, people always compliment me on my skin and I do almost nothing. I wash it. I shave it because that's something I deal with. And then I put some oil on it and I'm good to go.
You're good to go. Okay. Last one. Had it or hit it, the United States of America.
Oh, I've had it. That's why I'm going to London to go play Judy Garland this spring at the Soho Theatre, Walthamstow. End of the Rainbow.
See it. When does it start?
It starts in May through June. It's a limited run. I think it's only slated for 6 weeks right now, but it's a really, really wonderful play. It's about the end of Judy Garland's life. So it's pretty heavy, but it's also beautifully written. And if you saw the Renee Zellweger movie, it's based off this play. So there's your gateway.
So, listener, for those of you that are going to be in London or want to make plans to go to London to see
only that 6-hour flight from here.
I know it's not bad at all. I should go.
Like a
I
little
hope they extend it through to when Wimbledon is going on, because then I could do 2 birds, 1 stone.
Then I'll call them after this.
Yeah, just say Jennifer wants to do Wimbledon and my show.
Be lining up with Wimbledon
because I do love some Wimbledon.
I have not I like sporting events for the hors d'oeuvres.
Well, at Wimbledon, they have that strawberries and cream. It's delicious.
I think people put out the best food on game day.
All right. Jinx, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much. All right, listener, we'll be back next Tuesday and Thursday. I'll tell you what I've had it with. Let's hear it. I've had it with that. Listen up, patriots, gaytriots, and natriots. We have a new podcast that has dropped. It's called iHip News. It's Monday through Friday, every day, 15 to 20-minute hot takes on the political landscape of the United States of America, always served with a side of petty grievances.
We are on all the available platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever you get your podcasts, and YouTube.
Please go rate, subscribe, and review so that we will chart upwards with America's greatest legal mind. Pumps, what does an eagle say?
Caw-caw!
A little bit more enthusiasm.
Caw-caw!
That's it. That's
caw-caw!
That's the patriotism that this country needs right there.